Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I hope that you all had a wonderful weekend. Mine was insane. For the most part, we're going to leave it at that. Anyway, because, yeah. So, I did not get to do really anything this weekend, but when I did the video that you last saw on the tiger where I was over here. I just kept working that day until I got to about here and a little borderline in here. And this morning, I've been doing this. Now, I was trying to film for you guys this morning, but here's a point of reference for you all. When you wake up around 3:30 in the morning, you've only had 3 cups of coffee, and you're like me, and it takes a pot of coffee a day to keep your brain functional. Don't try to film a whip and chat or draw and chill at 5:15 a.m. because not one bit of it makes sense. So, lesson learned. Although I'll probably repeat that mistake a few times. So if you get some crazy rambly video out of me here and there, just know that I didn't have enough coffee yet. Or that's the norm for me and I just don't want to admit it. I don't know. Maybe I just don't see it yet. Okay, so excuse me. Oh, I forgot to take my allergy medicine. Zyrtec. Lovely thing. Makes it where I'm not quite so icky. So the last time that you saw this had not been darkened and blended. Chrissy, what do you want, young lady? That's the tiny alpha. And the back door is open for her. She has water, she has food, she has toys. She has, her white brother and 2 white sisters, and the multicolored one that is her mate is in the room with her human brother. So there's nothing I can do there. You get a little scratchy butt. She just wants her butt scratched. And watch, when I stop, she'll roar at me again. Are you gonna roar at me in the sneaker? Oh. Oh, Crafting with Chrissy. I so hope that you watch this video. Crafting with Christy is the one who nicknamed Crystalline Winter the Tiny Alpha. Because she is. She's the oldest of my pups. And she runs this pack very efficiently, very lovingly. They, yeah. Chrissy is head puppy in charge. Now she's up on the bed next to Ladybug and Spirit and still roaring at me. And I have Miss Snowflake behind me. Friday was her birthday and life was crazy, so we're celebrating her birthday today. What do you want? What? There's something on your eyeball, baby. So this is what happens when I film, and normally this stuff gets edited out. I'm not editing this out. Because when I don't leave puppy stuff in for you guys, I get complaints that you guys miss the puppies. If I leave too much puppy stuff in, then I get complaints that all they could hear was the puppies. Guys, pick a happy medium for me, please. No one likes to edit. Unless they're just really a computer person. I'm not. I can do it. I don't enjoy it because I don't have time. I need to do a bunch of filming, and doing a bunch of filming, plus the drawings, plus the diamond paintings, and all of that means the more time I take editing, the less videos you guys get. Yes, ma'am. What do you need? Well, come here. Yes, you too, Buggy. You do good. I do not know what's wrong. Where's your baby? Where's your pig? Go find your pig. Go get the baby. Now she's going to look for her sister, Sarah. Even though she has a little stuffed pig. Okay, I'm going to pick up a pencil, and right about that time, I'm thinking she's going to roar at me because she's giving me the look like, lady, pay attention. So yes, this is, thankfully, my mornings. I get puppy doves. I enjoy that part of my day very, very, very much. Getting the Esky love and the Spooky Doo love when he gets up. So, yeah. So if anybody's wondering, this is the very first tiger I've ever drawn in my whole life. And of course, please excuse the expression, but it really applies. I went balls to the wall and did a huge one. Yeah, just like me in diamond painting. And bigger is not always better, guys. But in this case, I wanted a life-size face. And I got it. Or pretty close to it. I don't think I was going for any larger, although then I wouldn't have had to do so much black in the background, would I? Ow. I'm sticking to this chair. This is what I don't like about leather chairs. My thighs stick. Oh, great news, guys, in case you did not know. Officially, although Phoenix weather has not acknowledged it yet, summer's over. Yay! It's time for fall/autumn. So if you live where you have those seasons, I would love it if you would take pictures of changing leaves and all of that and send them to me on Messenger. And just know that I'm probably going to draw them. And if not, I'm definitely going to drool. Why? So, yes. I will either drool or I will draw them. One of the two. Because it's something we do not have here. We do, just not in Phoenix. They have it in northern Arizona, but I don't live in northern Arizona. I would love to live in northern Arizona. Although I don't want to live far enough northeast that I'm in Navajo land area, because even the surrounding area, because skinwalkers, folks. No thanks. No, I'm not a hyper superstitious person, but I've seen some interesting photos that make me kind of take a step back and go, how about if we don't find out? That works for me. I don't want to know in person. And I do know that there is a lot in this world that is just not commonly seen by humans, and so most humans don't believe in it. Kind of like spirits, ghosts, poltergeists, you know. We don't see God, we don't see the devil, at least not in person, but, you know. A lot of us believe in them too. Who knows? Guys, it's autumn. I have to start getting spooky. This is my life. I live praying for October every year. And when it's over, I'm sad. And I want it back. This is me. I love Halloween. Favorite day of the year. No, I'm not a witch. No, I'm not into all of that. I just love Halloween. You can be anything or anyone you want on that day. Enjoy it. And if you do believe some of those legends out there, and a lot of us do, you know, it's easier to talk to your loved ones on the other side that day. I think that, you know, they can hear us all the time, but that's just me. I also know that is when some creepy things begin to happen. And this year, on Halloween, will be the second full moon in October. Now that should interest everyone. So, I believe that October 1st will be the harvest moon, but on Halloween, what is commonly referred to as a blue moon, and this time is not, it's not truly a blue moon, that's a specific thing, but anyway, this is a hunter's moon. Now, if you want to have some fun, look up the legends behind hunter's moons that fall on Halloween and all of that good stuff. Otherwise, wait a week or two. You'll hear them. Because, of course, this rare occurrence where we're getting a full moon on Halloween means I have to give you a little bit of spooky stories. Not Spooky the Puppy. Spooky stories. Although you'll probably get Spooky the Puppy here and there, too. What, Gracie? He is my very sweet, loving, crazy boy, and I do love him dearly, so. Okay, where am I going here? I'm trying to make sure I'm getting everything in the right place. So, the reason this is really light right now, I haven't put any dark color over it, is because this is a point where light is coming in, shining down. Okay, so you see the light, point of light here on the face, and it's going to hit here on the ground. So that's my angle right there. But it's not going to be too bright because obviously the tiger's face is casting some shadow. A lot of shadow. I'm just trying to make a decision as to what I will tone this with. So right now I have my blue light filter on so that I can see it without all the excess blues and purples. Okay? But it's still a very purpley brown. Let me see, what do I have that will work? Let me double check in the brown area here, because I don't think I have it in there. A little bit, but not much. That would be, what color are you? Sorry folks, I'm stretching and trying to do things and talk to you all at once. The typical life of any mother. We multitask constantly. Okay, so this is a warm gray. So I'm going to bring some of this in here. This has already got some warm gray too on it out of the polychromos. Now I'm going to place a little bit of the Derwent Lightfast in there, and it's just kind of scribbled on there because, well, folks, these are little pieces of wood that are rotting away on my forest floor. So, yeah, they're not meant to be perfect. And fossil gray would be a good color to tone up here with. Kind of give it a almost purplish gray. I'm going to put that over here too. You're going to see this start to kind of do its thing. Just a little. Not worried about getting much else done on this video, but I want to show you how this begins to go from a light area to what you end up seeing where it actually really comes to life. At least, hopefully. If I do it right, it will start to come to life, you know. We'll see. Otherwise, I'll just, you know, erase it and go over it again. Not all of the pigment will erase, but I will do my best. But for now, I just want this to kind of be kind of scribbly, scraggly looking. And then I'm going to blend it and bring in the dark colors that are around it over it to tone it, to make it work. I do enjoy doing this very much. I know I've had people say, but you know, you're really a diamond painter. Yes, I do love to diamond paint, but please understand I was an artist much much, much, much before I ever discovered or diamond painting was ever invented. So, you know, I've always done cross-stitching. I've done art quilts. I've done painting. I painted in oil paints for many, many, many years. I drew. I played multiple instruments, including vocals. I'm what I would call a creative. And I think that's a good thing. And I think a lot of us are. And I don't think that we need labels as, oh, well, she's a diamond painter. She's a cross stitcher. Why can't I do all the things I love doing? I can. I just have to sort of figure out how much time I can give to each thing, and sometimes that doesn't work well. Sometimes it just ends up that, you know, I do whatever I'm doing, and when I get a chance I go to the other thing or whatever, which is, you know, the majority of how it works for me. There is a scratchy thing. No. A little piece of hard pigment in there that was preventing it from laying down on my paper, and I'm not okay with that. So yeah, I don't think we need labels as to our art forms or hobbies. Now, I do appreciate the suggestions, by the way. Several people said we should call this the craft room. Please consider this carefully for me. The only thing I do in here is draw and diamond paint. And when I decide to paint, I'll paint in here too. The other crafts I do in my bedroom. So I kind of have a dual space here. I'm very blessed. I have two areas to play with. And here's the other thing. There's a queen size bed in each room. So there's that to think about too. You know, hey. It's kind of hard for me to call it a craft room when it's got a bed for the puppies in it. Although if you ask them, the bed that I sleep in is theirs, especially Chrissy, she'll tell you. It's her bed and she allows me to sleep in it. You know, she pretty much lets me know this daily. Okay, so what this is a paper towel that you can see has color on it. Well, you're about to find out why. I place this up here. This has a very, very, very dangerous chemical in it. It is called Gamsol. It is odorless mineral spirits. That is why it is in this, so it is not open for my puppies or myself to inhale on a continuous basis. I would prefer not to have to use this at all, but the blending fluid that I would like to get, I can't get my hands on here in the US currently. So, that's okay. We'll work with what I've got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work in the lightest areas first, just because I want to make sure that is blended in the way I want it before I lay dark color into it. Or over it, as you will momentarily see occur. Well, in a few moments. I have to get to a certain point before I will feel like that's okay to do. I want to get these little spaces here first. Okay, here we are. Now, here we go. So what this does is this dissolves the binder in the pencil and allows just the pigment to remain. And that causes the pigment to act very much like paint. Not quite, but very similar. So that's why a lot of colored pencil pieces are called paintings. Because when you use a liquid blending medium, you are basically turning them into a painting. Now, my habit, so that I maintain detail, is that after I have done all this part, and all of this liquid blender has dried completely, because you do not want to draw on a wet substrate. Substrate is a big fancy word for paper or surface that you are working on. So then what I do is I let it dry while I work on another area, and then I come back and I put in all of my details, and those do not get blended. Those remain intact on the surface of the paper. So there you go. That's how that works for me. And that changes the look of this completely. Now, as I pick up some of this midnight black in here, and black and a little bit of nightshade onto the brush, I'm going to then bring it over the top of this light area. Why would I do that? Because I need it to kind of blend in, guys. I don't want it to be stark white. It's where the light is, you know, shining, but it's not. It's shining through treetops. We're not trying to just say, oh, here's one little tiny patch of sunlight. I don't think so. That's not what I'm going for here. I want to make sure I got that all the way up there. And I believe I did. So I just make sure that I have this blended nicely. I clean my brush out frequently, because what will happen is it will clog, I promise you. And I don't care about the condition of this brush being kept nicely, because that wasn't what I bought it for. I bought it to do this. Yeah, my voice is going. Bronchitis season is upon us already. I'm not going out anywhere, so I know it's not COVID. It has to just be my normal onset of happy fall, and winter will be here soon, and I know you love this weather, so I'm going to make sure you're sick during this weather. I don't know. My body's a pain in the butt. This is life. Oh well. But you can see how that starts to darken that a little bit, give it more of a blue tone. Why don't I just go over it with the pencil? Because I don't want it to be that harsh, truthfully. I just don't. I do not want it to be that harsh. I want it to be soft. And I'm going to bring some purple in. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now I'm starting to get where I want. Ooh, I see where I did not scrub it well enough. There we go. What was I just thinking about? My brain is going blank because it's so early. I'm telling you. It is insanely early here. I mean, the sun is barely up. So, yeah. That can tell you everything. Oh. So if I were to just take one of these colors and go directly over the top, then I lose any pattern or light color under it. If I do it this way, well, then it tones it, but it doesn't remove it from what I'm trying to do. And then I can go over it with that color that I was working with in the first place and give it more definition and go from there. Now I may have to blend this twice before it reaches what I want it to look like. That's okay with me. This paper is 100% cotton, so it absorbs all this liquid because it's made for all this liquid. This is a watercolor paper, a very high-end watercolor paper that is made in Italy. And it is my favorite watercolor paper. So I like the very smooth surface to work on. And yes, I could use Bristol or Bristol vellum. I could use Bristol plate. I could use watercolor paper that's cellulose but smooth. I have those things, and I do use them for certain images. But for this, I wanted the fancy, expensive stuff because I want this piece to last a really long time. Because this is a piece that is not just about the beauty of it, but about my conscience concerning animals. So that's okay. I don't expect everybody to share my views. I just expect you guys to do what I always do and respect my right to have my views. And I'm not hurting anybody by doing what I'm doing. So, except myself inhaling this crap, which I don't want to be inhaling, but yeah. That's why I have a fan on. I have proper ventilation in this room. And still, I worry about it. I'm telling you guys, I'm a worrywart. Don't you even, Michelle, I can hear you right now. Yes, she has. Yep, that would be what she would say. Or she'll go, uh-huh. Yes, I am. When it comes to the ones I love, I do worry. Probably excessively. I am squeezing this brush to clean it and make sure I'm not leaving any pigment in the bristles. So, cap on, put it away. Now, you can see as this dries, it lightens up. Okay? So then I have to go in with my darker colors and get it more where I want it to be. So, that's pretty much it. I'm going to try to get a little bit more down on this one little area right here, and then I'm going to do some diamond painting, which I will probably film for you guys. We'll see. I hope that you had an awesome weekend, and I hope that this week is wonderful for you, and you get a lot of things done and get to accomplish a lot of what you'd like to, and that you are all safe. My thoughts and prayers are with all of you, as always. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.